സർവം ബ്രഹ്മമയം സർവം ബ്രഹ്മമയം സർവം സർവം ബ്രഹ്മമയം സർവം ബ്രഹ്മമയം സർവം ബ്രഹ്മമയം സർവം
Okay, we'll start. Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharyamadhyamam Asmadacharyaparyantam Vande Guruparamparam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Guru Brahma Guru Vishnur Guru Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva manusandadami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshinim Namostu te Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullaravindayata Patranetra Yenatvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajwalido Jnanamaya Pradipaha Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gita Mrtaduhe Namaha Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopalanandanaha Partho Vatsasudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gitamritam Mahat Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Bhishmadronatata Jayadratha Jala Gandhara Nilopala Shalyagrahavati Kripena Vahani Karnena Velakula Ashwathamapi Karnagora Duryodhana Vartini Sottirna Khalu Pandavai Rananadi Kaivartaka Keshavaham Parasharyavachas Sarojamamalam Gidartha Gandhotkadam Nanakyanaka Kesaram Harikada Sambodhana Bodhidam Loke Sajjana Shatpadairaharaha Pepiyamanam Muda Bhuyad Bharata Pankajam Kalimala Pradham Sinasreyase Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Paramanandamadavam यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः. Om. Good morning and namaskaram to all. So we have been discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are in the 13th chapter, Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga. So we finished, we were doing the 7th verse. We did a few. I will continue from there. Yeah, 7th verse. Amanitvamadambhitvam ahimsa kshantirarjavam acharyopasanam shaucham stairyam atmavinigraha. We discussed about amanitvam. Amanitvam is the pride, too much pride in where we are born, our kulam, then our caste, the wealth we have. I have this gold, I have so much property, etc. This, all that, this mine and aham, I am this and that. All these are the manitvam. So we should not have this. That is amanitvam. These are the basic necessary sadhanas which you have to practice. So amanitvam. Adambitvam. Adambitvam is I have the pride in my own abilities. This ability, that ability, I am so much powerful. All that, everything is adambitvam. Too much pride. So that also, there should not be dambham in us. So, one second. So, amanitvam, adambitvam we discussed, and the third one is ahimsa. Ahimsa is the intention to hurt others. Okay, ahimsa is intention to hurt others, and we should not have that. That is ahimsa. We should have ahimsa, no intention to hurt others. And that also we explained droha chinta, manasa vacha karmana. We should not have any sort of slightest intention also that the other one should go through some sort of pain or suffering. Okay, that is, there should not be any droha chinta. This is the third one. So amanitvam, adambitvam, ahimsa, kshanti, that is the practice, titiksha, endurance, that is kshanti, the kshama or the patience or endurance, and titiksha, this also we discussed. And then the fifth one is arjavam. Okay, arjavam, that is the straightforwardness, saying not saying something and doing something else. So that is not arjavam. Arjavam is straightforwardness. And then we discussed about acharyopasanam. It helps a lot. Whenever possible, we should go near an acharya, a brahmanishta, and serve him, ask questions and clear the doubts, etc. So that is how we have to do acharya upasana. Then we will do the shaucham today. We start from shaucham. Shaucham means it is the purity of the heart. Okay. See, actually purity, shaucham means cleanliness of the inside and outside. The body also has to be clean, and also the mind has to be purified. See, the body purification, body clean, you can keep it clean only limited way only, right? It is not possible to clean it all the time. Morning if you take a bath, etc., and then by afternoon it gets, because of sweat, etc., it gets dirty. So again we take another bath in the evening, again by morning it goes impure. So like that, the body is always like that. It is impossible to keep the body clean at all times. There is some limitation in that, but it is necessary to keep the body also clean. It is not only the external that we have to keep it clean. Internal organs of our body also have to be kept clean. For example, blood should be in its very good condition. So we have to take care of that also. All the unwanted, all the minerals and etc. should be within the limits of the blood also. So we should do good physical exercise, etc. All that it helps also keeping the mind in calm. If your mind is calm, okay, if the mind is calm and in equanimity, then automatically the other things in the body will get cured, other diseases in the body will get cured to a certain extent. So the mind has to be calm. If the mind is calm, all your digestion and other processes that is happening, everything will happen perfectly. 1 second. So the purification of the body, external as well as internal, both are important. So we have to do good exercise, walking or other things to keep the internal organs in prime condition as much as possible, because it has also its own limitation. You cannot keep your body perfect throughout your life. It will go after certain things, it starts deteriorating, because it is the nature of the body. It is the nature of the body. It goes through the 6 Shad Vikaras. It asti jayate, vardhate, viparinamate, apakshiyate and nashyate. The body has to go through in the 6 Shad Vikara, and there is a limitation for that also to keep clean. So we have to do as much as possible only. But after some time, the body gets deteriorated, and in old age, we all will be bedridden for some time, and during the time, it is impossible for the body to be clean at all times. What I am trying to say is, it has got its own limitation. So the shaucham here is to a certain extent body, but the important thing is the mind has to be pure. Purity of the mind. What are the impurities of the mind? We already discussed this many times. The impurity of the mind is raga and dvesha. The attachment and aversion. These are the main impurities of the mind. From these, there are so many things arises. From this impurity, there are many things. Kamam, krodham, lobha, moha, madam, matsaryam. All of this, they all come from this only. So in I was reading today morning only, there is a beautiful verse. There is a beautiful verse in Shivananda Lahari. Okay, the verse says like this. It is a Shivananda Lahari where Shankara Bhagavad Padar has written this. Magacha Tvamitasmato Girishabho Mayyeva Vasam Kuru Swaminadi Kirata Mamagamana Kamdara Simantare Vartante Bahusho Mriga Madajusho Matsarya Mohadayastan Hatva Mrigaya Vinoda Ruchita Labham Cha Samprapsyasi. This is a prayer to Bhagavan Sri Parameshwara. This is a prayer to him who is in the Shankarji or Parameshwara, who is in the form of Kirata Murti. He is in the form of Kirata Murti. He is the Kiratas. Kiratas, they are the hunters. So this is a prayer to the Bhagavan as the Kirata Murti. You don't do the hunting. So hunting is their Swadharma. Their Swadharma is hunting. So don't do the hunting in the forest. Hey Parameshwara, don't do hunting in the forest. Instead, you come and dwell in my mind. Okay? Vasam Kuru, where Mayeva Vasam Kuru, Swamin Adikirada Ma Maka Manaha. You come and sit in my mind, because you can do hunting in my mind. There are so many wild animals in this forest as my mind. My mind is a forest where there are many wild animals. What are the wild animals? Kamam, Krodham, Madam, Matsaryam, Lobham, etc. Okay? All of this, anger, Ragam, Dvesham, all there are. My mind forest has got, there are so many wild animals. You please come and stay within my mind and do the hunting. Remove all of these wild animals from my mind. This is a beautiful prayer to Parameshwara, where he requesting Bhagavan to come, praying Bhagavan to stay and sit in my mind to remove the wild animals of my mind. What are the impurities? These are the impurities. So that cleanliness is very, very important. Cleaning of the mind. This is mandatory, and once it is done, it will be permanent. Okay? Once the raga dveshas are removed, it will be permanent. Not like there is no limitation. I mean, it will not come back again. Okay? All this will be removed based on tattva jnanam. Proper understanding of our truth. With that, with the true understanding of the truth, we have to remove. With jnanam, do karma yoga. With jnanam, do karma yoga, by which we remove the malam, okay, the impurity of our mind. That is what the shaucham, that cleanliness is basic necessity, basic sadhana to have atma jnanam. So this is the 7th one. And 8th one is thairyam. So we did amanitvam adambitvam ahimsa kshantirarjavam acharyopasanam shaucham. Then stairyam and atma vinigraha. What is stairyam? Stairyam is firm conviction. Okay, it's a firm steadfastness or unwavering belief. Okay, that generally what happens, the mind is always, it will wander after the fruits of actions. If you remember, we discussed this earlier. Whenever we do any action, our mind is always goes after the what will be the result. We are always after the fruits of all actions. When the mind is wandering in the fruits of actions or the karma phalam, okay, the focus on the karma will reduce. One thing, because the mind is already scattered, okay, and on the karma phalam, etc. So the karma yoga which we are supposed to do, where we should not have any attachment towards the karma phalam. Karma phala tyagam is necessary, right? Instead of that, we are attached to the karma phalam, and then it becomes a suffering to do the karma itself. It is painful to do a karma when the mind is wandering over the fruits of the actions. So, and its mind always wanders on the fruits of actions. Okay? Even in spiritual practices, say like meditation, when we do meditation, etc., we look forward to some ecstatic experience. That is the fruit of this meditation itself. We were looking for some ecstasy or some sort of supernatural some scenes, etc. Those things are not expected of the meditation. So we are expecting something out of even meditation, spiritual practices also, that also to be dropped. Okay, that also to be dropped. So we have to practice yoga. Yoga here means equanimity of the mind. Equanimity of the mind is the most important thing. Practice to bring the mind to calmness with the help of knowledge. Okay, so with knowledge, with the Atma Jnanam, with Tattvabodham, that my true nature is Satchidananda, I am Satchidananda Swarupa, my true nature is happiness, I am that existence consciousness, and my true nature is Ananda. With this, I don't need any external object for my happiness, keeping the mind in this. So whenever the mind wanders on the fruits, bring it back. Smriti, remember that I am Atma. Remember that, nothing else. Forgetfulness, what is the remedy? Remembering. Remembering is the only solution for forgetfulness. There is no other medicine. We have to remember only. So remember, bring the mind back into the knowledge that we have gained. Keep the mind in Atma Tattvam alone. Bring it back. Whenever it wanders, bring it back. This ability to bring it back, okay, this conviction that I will stay in Atma alone, or I will stay in this knowledge alone, okay, this is Thairyam. This firm conviction is necessary. It is the basic requirement among other things. And the last one, Atma Vinigraha, controlling the senses, controlling the sense organs, the senses, without allowing them to run after the objects of this world. Okay, so controlling them with the help of knowledge. Always remember, with the help of knowledge, with the true jnanam, with the intellectual understanding, we should bring the sense organs, which we have to control it. We have to master over the senses with jnanam. Forced one, we are not talking about forced one. Okay, forced is you go to a rehab center without any clear understanding. Suppose somebody wants to get rid of their habit of having alcoholism, etc. We put them in a rehab center. After the 20 days or 21 days, 40 days, when they come back, they go back to their normal routine of having alcohol. Why? Because there is no conviction over there, and the control is without knowledge. Without the individual must have the Thairyam in them that I want to get rid of this alcoholism, the habit, the addiction. I want to get rid of it. Similarly here, I want to have Atmajnanam. With Atmajnanam, that is the Thairyam, and with knowledge, with the knowledge we have to bring the senses under control. Okay, so that is how we have to get the Atma Vinigraha. So these are the basic qualities that is necessary. One more time we will read and we will move to the next one. Amanitvam adambhitvam ahimsa kshantirarjavam acharyopasanam shaujam stairyam atma vinigraha. We'll move to the 8th one. One second. Eighth slokam. Indriyartheshu vairagyam anahankara evacha janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha doshanudarshanam. Indriyartheshu vairagyam anahankara evacha janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha doshanudarshanam. So here Bhagavan talks about vairagyam, anahankaram and dosha darshanam. So in this jnana sadhana, in the practice of spirituality or jnana sadhana, vairagyam is very, very, very important. Dispassion is very, very important. When we practice the earlier ones, anahankaram, then amanitvam, ahimsa, etc., all that basic qualities which we discussed earlier, when we practice that, automatically, slowly, we will have vairagyam developing in us. It will slowly develop the dispassion towards the objects of this world. It is not, see, all these practices not done one after the other. All these practices are done, being sadhanas, being carried out all together only. It is not one then after the other like that. It is not like that. All practiced together only. Is it not? So this vairagyam slowly sets in us. How do you know it? We will know it by we will not be pulled by the bhautika sukhas. The pleasures will not pull us. If it comes in the way, it will happen, but we will not be pulled towards it. There will not be a desire in us, coming in us. That is naturally vairagyam. Vairagyam don't confuse with aversion. Okay, not that grudge or dislike towards something. Not that. Vairagyam is natural dispassion towards that. So the perfect example is a child. The child at the age of say 4 or 5 play with the dolls and small toys. So when the same boy or girl becomes a teenager, that teenager will not have any interest in the toys, small toys or etc. It is not aversion. It is not that dislike towards that. So it's not interested. That's all. A person who is so much interest to go out and see places etc. Now is not don't have that passion towards that. No passion. That is the right word. No passion is dispassion. Okay, we are watching some channel in the TV and then suddenly we see Niagara waterfalls in the TV. I want to go to see Niagara waterfalls. That will not come. Sudden that surge to go and then see that, without which I will miss. This is the only time I can go. This is the only time I will be able to go. Right? So all this will start, surging inside the mind. Okay? That is passion. The urge to do or see and experience an object of this world, that is passion. When there is no passion as such, but that does not mean that we will not go to Niagara waterfalls or we need not go to Niagara waterfalls. Nothing all that it means. It only means that I will not miss that. I won't miss it. That is the only thing. If there is no particular dish on a Diwali day, I don't feel that I miss that dish. That as simple as that. Okay. So that sets in naturally if we develop all the basic qualities which we discussed earlier. When we do that, there will be naturally, slowly this dispassion increases, and what will be the result? There will be a happiness always there inside. The happiness which is there, the peace, the equanimity will be there inside at all times without leaving us. That peace of mind will settle permanently. Okay? Irrespective of any of the objects of this world coming in or going out. Doesn't matter. It does not disturb the peace of mind. So that is the height of Vairagyam. When there is pure Vairagyam, it becomes strong. When the Vairagyam is strong, Atma Anubhavam also becomes settled permanently. Okay? So, such an individual, even when the person, he or she body does all karmas, the body continues to do all karmas, and it goes through all the experiences without any kartrutvam in it. There is no doership in it, that I am doing, I am enjoying, that I am enjoying, I am doing will go. It will drop off. On its own it will drop off. When we have this with the clarity, with the knowledge, when we practice all the basic qualities, basic sadhanas which we explained earlier, when we are doing that, Vairagyam sets in, and when at the Vairagyam peak, the I am doing, I am enjoying also will fall off. That is called anahankaratvam. Okay? No kartrutvam, no bhoktrutvam, always dwelling in Atma, thinking of Bhagavan alone. If you don't want to call it Atma or Brahman, we can say Ishvara, we can say Bhagavan. Okay? Our mind will be always in Bhagavan, not scattered in the objects of this world, not thinking of the karma phala, etc., not wanting to go to some places and I want to do this, I want to do that, etc. All that is dropped. Okay? Nothing for me, myself. Okay? Nothing for myself. I don't need to do anything. I am at perfect peace. Because I am realizing that my true nature is Atma, and that is Atmanandam. Okay, so this abhyasam of all the basic qualities will lead to Vairagyam and Anahankaratvam. Okay, Anahankaraha. So, Indriyartheshu Vairagyam Anahankara evacha. Indriyartheshu means dispassion towards all the objects of this world over which there is passion. This is very important. Okay, see, we have no problem with something which we don't like. Already we don't have, suppose we don't like something. If something happens to that, we are not worried about that. Right? The price of say Audi car, for example, it is going up or going down. We are not interested in that because we are not going to buy that. We are not going to buy Audi car or some very highly expensive car. So we are not worried about that. But if something else happens nearby, where we have an attachment, if the price goes up or down, we will be affected. Is it not? Something which we want to have, suppose we are interested in a watch, normal watch which is costing say 2000 or 1000 rupees, if suddenly price goes up in Amazon or this thing, we are getting affected like that. So the point is, we have to find where we are attached to. That is what Indriyartheshu. Where we have passion, there we have to go dispassion. Suppose you don't like a particular type of vegetable, okay, there is no problem. If that vegetable is prepared at home, there is not a problem. But if we like something, if we don't get that is a problem. Wherever we have passion, okay, where our mind wants, if something happens to that, if we don't get it or if we lose it, then we get affected there. So we have to have dispassion towards the objects where we have passion. That we have to remember. Not at all the worldly objects we need to have dispassion. We need to have dispassion only things where we have passion. Okay, so that is why Indriyartheshu Vairagyam. Then Anahankara evacha. I am enjoying and I am doing is the Ahankaram, and Anahankaram is no Kartrutvam and Bhoktrutvam. And when we have this, what will happen? Then Doshanudarshanam. We will start seeing dosham, fault in all the things that is connected with the body. See, the body is subjected to birth, janma, mrityu. It is subjected to mrityu, death, then subjected to jara, old age, and it is subjected to vyadhi, disease. And the janma, jara, mrityu, vyadhi, these three things, it leads to dukkham. Okay, it leads to suffering. So we will start seeing dosham in dukkham first. Okay, we see that dukkham or the suffering because of janma, mrityu, jara and vyadhi, birth, death, old age and disease. So these things we will start seeing this as dosha darshanam. Okay, we will start seeing is, see, many people even when they see all these, they just think that it is part of life, and then it is how everyone is suffering, and everyone is born and everyone is dying, and everyone thinks like that, right? They will never think that there is a way out. There is a way out. It is normal. There is no dosham in it. That is the point. People suffer because of all the janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi, etc. But they don't see any dosham in it. They don't see any fault in it. It is no normal for them. common man, worldly people will see that these things are normal, it happens with everyone. I also undergo that, there is no problem as such. There is no dosham in it. It is perfectly alright. Even people encourage this dosham. Without seeing it as a dosham, people encourage, talking about how are you and how is your health. They don't stop there. Then they will start reminding the person, what happened? You were having this back pain so many years before. Now how is it? Has it come back or it has completely vanished? Do you have this? Still you have this? Do you undergo that whatever dialysis or whatever you are still doing? Oh, it is very sad. People remind the other, even if they wanted to forget that they are the body, the worldly people will ask same thing again and again and remind them that you are the body, you are the body, you are the body, like that. Why? Because they are sure that they are the body and they don't find this Janma, Mrityu, Jara, etc. as Vyadhi, etc. as a dosham. There is no doshanudarshanam there. They see it's a common thing and it will happen to everyone. Yeah, I also suffer, you also suffer, and both be happy. This is how the worldly people. Whereas a person who is in spirituality, they see dosham in all of the body modifications. The modifications of the body, they find that it is subjected to Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, Dukh, and that causes the suffering, and it is not right. There is some dosham in it. I have to come over it. This darshanam will be possible when we have the basic qualifications, basic qualities that we discussed earlier. Along with that, vairagyam and anahankaram also, when it all sets in. So as I told you, all done together only. All these practices are done at a time. So Vidyaranya Swami said that these three to be practiced: Tattvajnanam, Manonasham, Vasanakshayam. So these three to be practiced together. Okay, Tattvajnanam, know about here and here, Sravanam, more and more about Atmajnanam, listen and listen again. At the same time, practice all these, whatever the qualities that we discussed so far. Okay, so all these are done together. See, Bhagavan Buddha said, see, just connected with the doshanu darshanam, Bhagavan Buddha said, Yadi janma jara maranam na bhaved, Yadi cheshta viyoga bhayam na bhaved, Yadi sarva manityamidam na bhaved, Iha janmani kasya ratir na bhaved. Bhagavan Buddha says, if only there is no birth, death and old age, na bhavet. If there is no janma, jara, maranam, all that, if all is not there, yadicha ishtaviyoga na bhayam bhavet. If the people who are so dear and near to us, if they don't leave us, putting us in suffering and sorrow and dukkham, etc., if yadi sarvam anityam idam na bhaved, if all of this, whatever you see, idam means this world, all the objects of this world, if there is no separation at all, if there is no viyogam, okay, the close people who close near and dear, if they don't die, if there is no mrityu, jara, etc., all that disease and things like that, old age and death and all these are not happening, if these things are not there, then iha janmani kasya ratirna bhavet. Why won't we like this life as it is? We will embrace this ratirna bhavet. We will like it. We will love to live here. Why? Because if only there is no old age and death, there is no separation, there is no, everything is supposed nityam as it is. Perfect. Youth is perfect and everyone is alive. Everyone is in good health. There is no old age. There is no death. If this is happening here, why not Let us live, why 125? We will live 1000 years also. We will love with this. But it doesn't happen that way. That is what Bhagavan Buddha says. Right? We should start seeing dosham in the body and all the associated bodily things. Okay? Right. And also, we must remember this. We must not only know it, we should remember this dosham at all times. All the rishis did the same only. All the jnanis, they did the same. They analyzed the death, old age and death. Right? They analyzed it. Swami Ramana Maharshi, Maharshi Ramana, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi also went through a death experience like that. Right? So he also, what is it? He analyzed death. That's all. He analyzed death. And every jnanis, everyone has analyzed the death. Kathopanishad. Kathopanishad is a discussion between a boy Nachiketas and Yama, the god of death. So it is not that we should forget this. We should remember the death. Through that only we will come to Vedanta and we will start understanding it more clearly. Right? Okay. Then we will move to next one. Ninth verse. Asaktiranabhishwangaha putradara grihadishu nityam cha samachittatvam ishtanishtopapatishu. We completed last verse, no? Janma mrityu jarabhyadi dukkha dosha. Yeah, correct. Asaktiranabhishwangaha putradara grihadishu nityam cha samachittatvam ishtanishtopapatishu. Asaktihi. Asaktihi means no possessiveness. Okay? There is nothing that is mine. Mine. That is. Sakti means possessiveness. Asakti, no possessiveness on anything, including this body. So that is why idam shariram kaunteya. This is how we started. Right? The kshetra kshetraknya vibhaga yogam. How we started? Idam shariram kaunteya. It's not a mama shariram kaunteya. No. Idam shariram. This body. Always remember this body. Never say my body. Okay? This body. So there is no, never say my body. Yeah. Asaktihi. Then putra dara grihadishu anabhishwangaha. Putra, clear, son or daughter. Dara, wife or husband. Grihadishu, griham. Okay? Griham. House, property. Grihadishu. Griha means house, property, money, gold, and so many other wealth, anything. Adishu. Ishtanishtopapatishu. Keep the mind in equanimity. Okay? Ishtam or anishtam. During favorable or unfavorable situations, nityam samachittatvam cha. Keep the mind in equanimity. So, asaktihi, anabhishwangam and samachittatvam. Asakti, anabhishwangam and samachittatvam. These are the three important points here in this verse. See, there was a story. There was a king named Muncha. Okay, Muncha. So, he came to know that one of his brother's son is going to be the next king. Okay, he came to know. I mean, he knows that he is the next king. So, he decided to get rid of him. He told a few of his people and then told him told them, take this boy and kill him. But the servants were, they are so good. So what they did is they did not want to kill this young boy. So they, one second. What they did is they killed something else and then, smeared the sword with blood and other things, and then showed the Muncha king, told him that the boy is killed. But the boy was already had some good knowledge on Vedanta and things like that, and he had a good strong Vairagya. So this boy, as a poet as well, so this boy later becomes Bhojaraja, I think. Anyway, he wrote this poem and sent it. She told the servants, okay, you give this, that before I was killed, I gave this verse, and you give, I gave this message to him. So in that message, what the boy wrote is that, hey Raja, what you did is absolutely right. It is superb, fantastic job you did. Why? Because he wrote this, Mandhata chamahipati kritayuga lankara bhuto gataha. There was a king called Mandhata in Kritayuga. Krita, Treta, Dwapara, Kali Yuga. So 4 yugas are there. So in that Krita Yuga, there was a king called Mandhata. He was a great king, Mahipatihi, Krita Yuga Alankara Bhutaha. He was a great king in those times. He died. Okay, Gataha. He died, but all the earth is still there. The Bhumi or his kingdom or this thing is still here. Okay, that Mahipati is gone, but the Bhumi is still here. He couldn't take this Bhumi with him. Then Seturyena mahodadau virajita kwasau dashasyantakaha. In Treta Yugam, there was a king called Dashasyantakaha. Ravana's killer. Who is Ravana's killer? Sri Rama. There was a king called Sri Rama. He was there. He crossed the Setu, and he was a great king, and he also died. He did not take this earth with him. Anye chapi Yudhishthira prabhridayah yata divam bhupate. There was a Yudhishthira, Bhima, and they were great kings. During the Dwapara Yugam, they also, when they died, they also Gataha, they also gone. They did not take this land with them. But Naikenapi samam gata vasumati munjatvaya yasyati. It appears to me that when you are going to die, you will take the land along with you. It is a good thing that you killed me. You are killing me. Hey Muncha. This is the story. After reading this, he was he regretted what he did, etc. And then the servants told, and then they brought the boy back, and then he was crowned later. So the point is, this land was ever there. Many people have come and gone. Many great politicians have come and gone. Scientists have come and gone. Okay, in our times also, our grandfathers have come and gone. And all of us will also go. Nobody is going to be here for permanently ever. So there is no point in having to say that I possess this. This is mine. This is nobody's. Okay, this is nobody's. This land is Bhagavan's. It is. So we have to remember that anything that we possess is not nothing. I don't possess anything. This is, we have to have this asaktihi. There should not be any sakti. Okay, possessiveness towards putra dara grihadishu. Even putra, the children, as we discussed, my son. right? My wife, my husband, and my house, my wealth, all these possessions is definitely going to give us suffering tomorrow, because separation is inevitable. Separation is inevitable. Okay? Because all these jadas will have to change. All of this undergo change constantly. The body that I have today is totally different from 6 months before. Every cell has changed. Right? Similarly, all the bodies undergo constant change. Everything is operated by this prana, and there is a constant change that is happening here. So this change is inevitable, and one day everything will vanish. There will be separation, and this separation will cause pain if we possess. Right? If we possess. And this Abhishwangam means that this attachment towards the putra, dara, grihadishu is called Abhishwangam. Not having any possessiveness towards this is called Anabhishwangaha. That is Anabhishwangam. We have so much possessiveness especially towards the body. A slight cold is enough, or a headache is sufficient to totally take us from the happiness. Immediately we start saying, oh my God, this cold is not going at all, and starts worrying. We start worrying, is it something to do? And day after 2 days, we start having a little bit of cough. During Corona time, we know how much we all suffered. Everyone was so anxious that, oh my God, Corona has come. I will be suffering from Corona, and then this, anxiety only. All the time we were anxious. Why? It is only because of the notion that I am this body is very strong in us. I possess this body. That is, this body has to be there at all times the way I have now. That is possessiveness. Okay? So, this my body must go first. First my body, this body at least it should come. Okay? I don't possess anything including this body. Everything else is connected with this body only. Right? The wife, the husband, the children, all connected with this body only. If we can drop the notion that I am this body or my body, immediately all the things will go. Then whose are they? They are all Bhagavans. Ishvara possesses everything here. It is the Bhagavans it is. Once you drop this notion that I possess, automatically we will be at peace. Swami Ramakrishna Paramahamsa said, no, like it is like a person who is sitting in the train, keeping the suitcase on his head only. He is carrying his suitcase on his head, sitting inside the train. Like that, we are putting everything on our shoulders, that this is mine, this is mine, this is mine, etc. Including the money, the wealth, etc. Wife, children. So, does that mean that we have to not look after them? No. Don't get confused by this. There is a lot of difference between attachment and love. Attachment and love are totally different. Love is unconditional love only is called love. Attachment is conditioned, expecting something from the other. Okay? Something. The moment we have any sort of expectation from our wife or husband or parents or children or the environment or the friends or from the money or from the property or wealth, etc., there will be suffering. That is attachment. Using this is not a problem. Okay? Use this just like in a dream. How you dream? In a dream or in a drama. Just casually use this. But at all times, remember, there is nothing mine. Okay? So, towards our wife or husband or parents and children, only let the love flow. Only love should flow outwards. Okay, so that is the only love. Do whatever possible with the body, with the money, with the property, with the whatever is possible. Continue doing it. Paropakarartham idam shariram. Use this body for the welfare of others, for the benefit of others, as much as possible, according to the individual's capacity. All the time thinking that I am not this body. My true nature is Atma, Brahman, or my true nature is Ishvara. I don't need anything. I don't need anything to be happy. I don't need anything, any external object, including this body, to be happy. I am always happy. I will ever be happy because happiness is my true nature. So, this is the meditation. Okay? And then, suppose we forget, remember it. If we forget, we have to just remember it. That's all. Remember it. So, before we remember it, we have to be sure what we are remembering. So, for that, we have to study Vedanta, we have to study Bhagavad Gita or Upanishads, etc. and convince ourselves that intellectual conviction is necessary. We have to be convinced totally that I am not this body. Okay, at all times, Ma Manusmara Yudhyaja. Sri Krishna said, Ma Manusmara, you remember me, and Yudhyaja. Do the war. Stay in the war. Each one are in Kurukshetra only. In our own Kurukshetra. Karma Bhumi. Kurukshetra means Karma Bhumi. In our Karma Bhumi, we are all Arjunas and we have a duty here, and duty means whatever is there, duty. Okay, whatever is coming in the way, that is the duty. Okay, do that. Continuously use this body all the time without having any doership in it. Allow the body to function as it is, without getting attached, without any possession of this is my body, this is my money, this is my son, this is my husband, this is my father. Then who are they? All of them. What are they? All of them. They are all Chaitanyam alone. Everything is God. Okay, everyone is God only. Everything is divinity. Thinking that at all times, do whatever is possible. Do. That is all. Okay. So this is what we will discuss more on this verse. Asaktiranabhishwangaha putradara grihadishu nityam cha samachittatvam. Samachittatvam nityam. Okay. Equanimity of the mind is always important. That is the yoga. We already said samatvam yoga uchyate. Right? Samatvam, equanimity of the mind is yoga. A mind which is in equanimity is Brahman. A mind which is in yogam, yoga sthiti. A mind which is in yoga sthiti is no more called mind. A mind which is in yoga sthiti is Brahman. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Second chapter, 48th verse. Yes. So the mind has attained samatvam naturally in Atmanandam. Naturally. Okay. So through all these practices, all these practices which are practiced together only, all the what we did earlier, the 7th, 8th, 9th, etc. Right? When we practice all this, then naturally our mind will stay in equanimity. Naturally. Samatvam yoga. Remember this. Yogam means samatvam. That is the definition of yoga shabda. Yoga means samatvam yoga uchyate. That is the definition of yoga in Bhagavad Gita. We will do a little more on this next class. Okay, some stories also. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ हरिः ॐ तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु।